Hello everyone, I'm Dmitry Gerasimov, CIO of Demlabs and Cellframe. Welcome to another edition of our AMA stream. As usual, we'll discuss the most important updates from our development teams and company news, and of course, answer your questions. Here is a list of topics for today. News from the life of our company, Demlabs. Then the different ways that our DEP SDK is being used outside the blockchain projects. Results from the first stage of testing the Mainnet Release Candidate. The start of open beta testing of the release candidate for the community. News from the KelVPN team, haven't heard them a long time. Then progress on the Cellframe mainnet roadmap. Then launching Uniswap v3 staking program. New builds for Cellframe dashboard and Cellframe wallet. Migrating liquidity to a new smart contract on the BSC network. And let's start with some news that you have been waiting for. We migrated liquidity to the new smart contract on the BSC network. I mean our new Cell token. Now we would like to ask our community to migrate all tokens to the new contract and remove all the remaining liquidity if you were a liquidity provider from the old pool on PancakeSwap. To migrate your funds, please use the site migrate.cellframe.net. The link will be in the description to this video below. Keep in mind that the pool has been transferred to the new v3 PancakeSwap protocol. Sites that report data only from v2 and v1 protocol will show incorrect information about liquidity. v3 protocol was launched about a week with a little science recording this video, so not all the sites implemented it. Please examine what the kind of protocol version this analysis site uses. Now we move to the next topic, launching the Uniswap v3 staking program. Here what it is all about. On the Ethereum network, the two most popular standards for NFT tokens are ERC-721 and ERC-1115. The Uniswap v3 protocol uses the ERC-721 unlike V1 and V2, which emitted ERC-20 tokens for each liquidity pool. Uniswap v3 LP tokens can be staked immediately without migrating from V2. From V2 you need to migrate your LP tokens. It requires some gas. So if you want to stake, better to stake already on V3. The mechanism for v3 staking will also be similar to the staking that is already being implemented on v2. Users will need to set the range in which their LP tokens are available for swaps on DEX. This is the biggest difference between v2 and v3, that you can set up your trading range, and if price goes outside from this range, all your LP became token 1 or token 2 from your pair. Interesting feature. There will also be an option to add liquidity, so that you can improve your position in the pool and get more rewards for your stake from us and from Uniswap as well. V3 staking will be available for the following pairs: Cell ETH, Cell USDC, Cell Day, Cell USDT, and Cell Kel. We also planning to implement V3 staking on the BSC network for PancakeSwap, of course. We'll announce it when it is launched, so keep track of our updates. Stay tuned. The next news is about Cellframe dashboard. We have released a new build of dashboard version 2.10-31. Here is what we accomplished in the new build. Updated the version of Cellframe node inside and Cellframe SDK as well. Then optimized the synchronization timer. Now it syncs once every 10 minutes. Then fixed the token unstaking feature and added error handling. Now you can stake your tokens without any issues. Were a lot of reports about these issues, and finally it's fixed. You can find links to download the new dashboard in the description to this video. Please keep updated your software. We are now working on implementing a new color scheme for Cellframe dashboard. Also, we are implementing a diagnostic plugin for collecting data about the node. It will make it possible for us to monitor a variety of node performance indicators, such as the duration of uninterrupted work of the node, so-called uptime, then dashboard and system at all. Total current memory usage of the processor and system, then the version and current status of the node, some metrics from node state. Now, as I already said on the last AMA stream, our team will have more information so that the development team can more easily manage the stability of the network. For master nodes, providing this information will be required. We guarantee that you will continue to have full confidentiality. All this data that will be provided will be depersonalized. No any records about your, I don't know, IP address, about your wallet address, and similar things. Moving on, the next topic is an update to our Cellframe wallet application. For those that don't know, yet Cellframe Wallet is a simplified version of Cellframe Dashboard. The app is designed primarily for mobile platforms and is convenient for users who need only the basic functionality. It includes only the most commonly used functions: working with your wallet, sending funds, tracking transactions, staking tokens on the staking site, collecting rewards from this site, building DEX for trading tokens on the Cellframe network, the ability to set up and launch a master node so that you can take a full advantage of your devices, and some more. In the last week of March, we launched a new release version of Cellframe Wallet 1.1.5. Now we are already preparing the next release. In the new version, we fixed the following errors that some of our users have been seeing. We fixed some bugs related to the scaling of the application. For example, we fixed the issue with changing the position of the app on your screen. Then we removed the fugger text in drop-down lists, some drop-down lists. We configured the process of sending requests for connecting to the staking site using the Web3 protocol. We will make an announcement when the new build is ready, so please look out for updates from the team. Stay tuned. Okay, the Cellframe dashboard and Cellframe wallets. Now next topic. I have many of the same they have many of the same features, so our development team works with both of them in parallel. We are now working on several new features for them. The first one is a feature for reconfiguring the node. This will make it possible to change node parameters in the settings tab without inputting them manually into the configuration file. Right now, unfortunately, you have to edit it manually if you want to change anything in Node. Now you don't need to do it. We also refactor in the UI Cellframe SDK. This is responsible for the interaction between Node and the user interface. Previously, we used two different versions of the UI Cellframe SDK model for Cellframe Wallet and Cellframe Dashboard. Now, after refactoring, we can move to one single version for both applications. In addition, we are refining our Web3 API as well. It will be interest for Web3 developers. We created new code for the function of processing requests from the Web3 API server, and we moved the API itself to separate submodel. Okay. Now I want to talk about some important details about the conditions of working with our non-custodial cryptocurrency wallets. By the way, we have no any custodial wallets. All our wallets are non-custodial. So on seed phrases and the wallet backup files can only be generated when you are creating the wallet, not later. Please keep in mind that if you lose this information, there is no way to recover access to your wallet, unfortunately. We have added a notification about this to all our wallet application, but better to repeat it here, because we had such requests how to restore a wallet deleted without seed phrase. Sorry, in such situations we can't help. Okay, let's move to the next topic. News from the KelVPN team. KelVPN is our decentralized VPN service, which is part of the Cellframe ecosystem. The KelVPN team is preparing a major update. Here is what it will include: a new user interface, a redesign of the application in both dark and light themes, optimization of the list of user servers, which will make it possible to display more servers, then fixing some small bugs, adding some small feature, everything as usual. Also, we are adding a mode for KelVPN to work together with Cellframe wallets. There's a special mode, so-called known CBD mode. We talked about this mode in detail in a previous AMA stream. When this mode is implemented, KelVPN became a truly decentralized VPN. VPN users will be able to choose which mode they work with, the servers they connect to, and how much traffic they need. People who want to offer traffic to others will collect the fees from their services. In the previous version, the KelVPN team added feature for automatic updating the application. After the release, we found that this feature was not working correctly on all platforms. To fix this issue, the team is preparing a new release version 7.5. We'll make an announcement when this release is ready, so please follow our updates. Stay tuned. Okay, now we move to the most important topic: progress on the Cellframe mainnet. We periodically update our roadmap, but overall we try to stick to it. And in our AMA sessions, we always bring you news about what parts of it we have completed. To demonstrate the progress we are making, here is the table with information about all our commits in GitLab. You can see it. On the previous AMA session, we announced the launch of the Cellframe Mainnet Release Candidate. The Release Candidate is like a rough draft of the mainnet code. It allows us to perform a mod test in the work of all the mechanisms of the network. Testing the Release Candidate happens in 3 stages: internal alpha testing, checking the work of basic functions and searching for bugs; then closed beta testing, looking for bugs that are more rare; and open community testing, where we test the network in conditions that are close to reality. As I mentioned before, we already launched 2 test networks: Raiden for Cellframe, where users can test the role of validator, and Riemann for KelVPN. On Riemann, users will be able to test not only the validator role, but also the role of service provider. Right now, only the Raiden network is being used for tests. Riemann will be open later. On Raiden, our testers already conducted alpha testing for adding validators. It's already tested. They found and fixed several bugs and added some functionality. For example, added verification for the uniqueness of node addresses when delegating keys, separated the process of initializing and loading networks, added verifications and completed work on zero-chain decrease, expanded the block list command. Now it's possible to search for blocks with a specific certificate. I mean public key from a specific certificate. You can also use a filter to see only the blocks where there are transactions with unspent fees. Could be important for masternodes. Fixed and correct calculation for balance when transferring token or staking. For beta testing, we made a decision to separate the process into closed and open community testing. We began with closed testing and now gradually expanding the number of participants. We are closely monitoring all changes in the work of the consensus and the network itself. All tests were conducted on with separate nodes on Linux systems. As a result of the closed beta, with the help of our active and brave group of beta testers, lot of respects for you, we were able to identify and fix a couple of bugs. For example, now list of evil bugs. In key delegation transactions, the wallet was being delegated instead of the public certificate. When exporting logs, the names of the networks and certificates were mixed up. After unstaking, the T-cell tokens did not return to wallet, but the IMST and cell tokens were burned. All these bugs were fixed, so don't worry. During the closed beta, we added 6 network validators from the community. The validators not only helped us with looking for bugs, but also tested the process of revoking key delegation. And now we move to the next topic, the launch of open beta testing. Beta testing became open. We now invite all holders of Cell tokens in all networks to participate in testing the release candidate and set up masternodes on the Radiant testnet. Here are the requirements. Public IP address. For current moment, only the IPv4 protocols fully supported. IPv6 v6 is on the way. Your node on Linux must remain online at all times, at least most of them. Your backbone account must have at least 10,000 cells or 10 mcell. In addition, we ask all participants in the open beta to update their node version more frequently. At this stage of testing, it might be important to update often. So you have a public IP address and you have a Linux system that can be online at all times. What's next? First, install the latest version of the node. Next, create a wallet or import an existing wallet and input an address on the Radiant network. Go to the website for getting test tokens, test-token.cellframe.net. Link will be in the description as usual. Here you will need to input your backbone wallet address, which has a minimum number of tokens, and the wallet address in the Radiant where you will get the test tokens. After that, you can begin following the beta testing instructions for setting up a masternode. We'll provide the instructions for delegating keys, and if you have any questions, you can ask them in the Telegram channel. All the link can be found in the description to this video. Testing the setup of masternode will later become available through dashboard. Follow our updates for this announcement. Let's move on. Today we have an interesting topic for you. Our experience with using elements of the Dev SDK in non-blockchain projects. As you know, Cellframe's main office, located in the research center of Academic Rodok in Novosibirsk. Nearly everyone here has some relationship to scientific research, and we are also involved in it. At the core of all our products is the Dev SDK, a cross-platform set of libraries for the C language. We are constantly working to improve its ability to work with high-volume systems such as blockchain, VPN and services and others. But recently we also find a use case for its scientific research, I mean embedded devices. Elements of DEP SDK are now being used in detector of neutrons and X-ray radiation, which are used in various facilities in Butker Institute of Nuclear Physics. The size and configuration of these installations can be very different, but they are all contain three core elements. The first is a scintillator, a material that produces luminescence, emits light when it comes in contact with particles. It can be in the form of solids like crystals or a metal plate, or it can be a liquid or a gas. The second element is a photomultiplier, a device that increases the flow of photons from the scintillator and transforms it into electric impulse. The third is an analog-digital conversion system. It digitizes the electric signal from photomultiplier and transmits it to the system's control module. Also, it filters signal from noise and repack it a little. It is here the analog-digital converter. That elements of our SDK are used to improve the device efficiency and stability. The primary use case for this is in neutron detectors for experimental plasma devices. The production of neutrons is an integral part of the process of deuterium-tritium thermonuclear synthesis. That's why the international ITER reactor project, which is based in France, is planning to install these detectors, I hope. The second use case in the X-ray detectors is the SCIF synchrotron radiation facility, which has been built in Novosibirsk region. The SCIF device will generate X radiation, which will make it possible to study the makeup and structure of substance at the atomic level. By the way, current detector is not for this X-ray radiation, but for parasite X-ray radiation to find breaches in accelerator. For comparison, the radiation produced by SCIF will be comparable to the radiation from hundreds of thousands X-ray tubes, such as the one we commonly see at doctor's office or hospital. That's the end of science section for today. Let's move. We have some interesting news for you as well. The life of the company is not at all boring. We recently turned our former office space. We moved to a new office, and our former office space turned into the Demlabs studio, where we can make quality video content with professional equipment, proper lighting and good sound. Plus we can use the studio space to host a variety of events, training sessions, team building events, celebration, concerts. We already have all necessary sound and lighting, soon we'll be adding a stage. In fact, our concert series has already started. Join the Demlabs studio community. We'll be broadcasting the events live online. Also, we are working on a series of animated short films, and we can now show you a trailer of the first episode. This episode is already complete. Let's see it. It was only a trailer. Complete episode is complete and will be published in our socials later. Now we are working on episode 2. The concept of the series is about the triumph of good over evil, and the hero is our community mascot, the Space Chipmunk. You will probably see him in our sticker sets and on merchandise. That's all the news for today. So then move to your questions that you have sent before. Let me open the list. One moment. Where they are? Okay, I have seen. And the first question, is a new code audit planned for the release of Mainnet? Any plans for bugs bounty program? Yes, we are on the final stage before we launch audit with bugs bounty, of course. All is coming. Next question, any data on TPS testing? TPS testing will run after we'll complete sharding. Without sharding, we have no sense to show because we need to show unlimited TPS that's limited only with networking. For this, we need to complete sharding. Next question, how many testers are in community beta testing currently? About 10, don't remember. Next question, how many devs are working on Cellframe? About 30. Next question, after you finally release mainnet, will you release the bidirectional bridge at the same time? No, it will be released a little later. Or get CF20 on the exchanges. At the same moment it will happen, but not at the moment of mainnet release. After mainnet release, we'll need to wait a little, collect more validators, be sure that our network became stable enough, then we turn bridge in two directions. Next question, what do you think about of artificial intelligence? Do you have any plans to implement AI into the Cellframe ecosystem project? Yes, on previous AMA I told about it. We are planning to implement AI API, special API, to make able decentralized AI training, decentralized AI running, and decentralized AI ownership. So we have such plans, but first we need to complete with current tasks. Okay, now let's go to our chat and see what you're asking for. Okay. Greeting from Rotterdam. Hello, Rotterdam City. Okay. Question, if Cellframe and possibly other technologies is truly going to be unbreakable by quantum computers, are governments, armies and big corporations interested watching? We don't invent anything new in quantum protection. We have integrated signatures that's already present. So all governments and armies and corporations are informed about these technologies. However, they was not implemented in blockchain, and I expect at least big corporation interested for this after we'll grow up a little. Okay, I am drinking a bottle of coffee, guys. What about you? I cannot drink more than 2 couple of coffees. Bottle of coffee. Cannot imagine this. Bro, please care about yourself. It can be bad for your heart. Are we ready for this rocket? Everyone ready? Okay, my cell tokens are in Gate.io exchange. Should I migrate those? No, you shouldn't migrate. If you withdraw them on BSC, it will be withdrawn on the new token. You don't need any migration on Gate.io or Ethereum. Of course, in native network, you also don't need to migrate anything. Okay. Okay. Question: when blue Twitter on official Cellframe page? Good question. I'll figure out and we'll care about it. Okay. When mainnet sell farm soon. Okay, new partnerships inside. Yes, we are preparing one big partnership. What about the stakeable PBSC tokens? I tried, it shows 0 as it is staked right now. Sorry, I don't understand a little about this. Please connect with our support team. Sorry, I don't understand what happens. Can I buy now directly using new contract on BSC at 1% tax? Yes, it's already ready for this. About 30,000, about $300,000 dollars in liquidity pool right now on BSC. Will 24 mnemonic words restore our account in both wallet and dashboard? Right. Both wallet and dashboard, same mnemonic words. Okay. Uh-huh. Hello, I'm going to ask a question that may be angry, not angry. When you type your name on the net, it's possible to claim across depth cache. And is it an old abandoned project or something else? It could bring thought. It's not abandoned, it's old form of our project, and it's still expected to be kind of Kusama for Polkadot ecosystem. So it will be kind of trained Polygon for kind of energy network with maybe it will be proof of work based, I don't know. So it's really a different project, not abandoned, but it's just postponed until we are too busy with current project. Okay. Please increase your social activity on YouTube, Twitter, etc. that more people will know this project. I'm sure that there are so many great investors that even Cellframe project exists too. That's what we are planning for. Okay. Yes, it's better to increase social activities after mainnet for sure. Okay. What is the correct economics in the new BSC contract? Show 33 million, and it also can be minted, right? And also, how many tokens team have? We need transparency with tokenomics and team holdings. About team holdings, you have asked before a lot of times. Most of our holdings are spent off long time ago. We are development project from non-blockchain sources right now. We have a plan to emit 1 million cells in this year to fund our development when we'll need it. However, we still haven't emitted them, and when we'll do, you will be informed. Right now, we have no any significant reserves. Maybe there is something about 10,000 or less. Also, I personally own little more than 10,000 cells, unfortunately. So I think I'm transparent enough for you. Okay, good luck, brother, with support and the team from Saudi Arabia. Appreciate your support, guys. Nice to see you. Hope I will visit Saudi Arabia nearest year. How you count unlimited TPS with limited resources? Unlimited, I mean unlimited with internal limits. It will be limited, but with hardware resources. Okay, can you tell us with a new project building on Cellframe? Not yet. Yes, but some timeline for the public launch before the end of April. Can't say for sure. We still haven't passed audition. Yes, and about CAP, please read tokenomics 2.0. There it's explained. Okay, Dmitry, you have a good day. Yes, thank you. I have a good day, but it's maybe too long. Okay, thank you for all the questions. I chatted with pleasure with you. Thank you so much. Thank you for all the questions that you have sent before, for your support. See you next time. Goodbye.